Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Gonna get started in just a moment. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Python information session, or fully titled Python for Data Science, Web, and Core Programming. I am Katie Orton. I am your enrollment coach for the Python program. We'll be recording this information session, and I will make sure I get a copy sent out to all of you. So kind of as an enrollment coach, you'll see my contact information on this slide. And really, I'm here as a resource for you guys just to answer questions about the course, about enrollment, kind of how it relates to your goals. Please feel free to reach out to me with the contact information on this slide. Our agenda today, we're going to go over the Python program as a whole. We're going to go over the courses inside of the program, how you can enroll, and then we'll take some time for Q&A. At the end, you're going to want to use the Q&A function of this Zoom call in order to ask questions. So let's get started by discussing our Python program. This program is a professional concentration, and we were really intentional about the construction of these courses. So if you decide you want to complete the entire concentration, you'll find that it's made up of 5 courses. And at the end, you're really going to have a solid, in-depth understanding of Python. And everything that we're doing inside this course is to really help you develop your Python coding skills. And one of the strengths of Python is that it's kind of an open language. And so we'll go through a number of the pre-coded libraries inside of these courses, and you'll get to know the libraries, use them for data analysis, and kind of any other projects you have within your class. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. So let's go over the 5 courses that I talked about that make up the professional concentration. These courses, they can be taken individually, but because they were built strategically to follow a sequence, most of them have prerequisites. There are no prerequisites to start the introduction course, though, and the classes are typically about 7 weeks long, with the exception of our Python for Data Analysis course, which is 5 weeks. Now, these courses are academic courses, so they're offered for credit each class, and all of the courses are approved by the UC Davis College of Engineering. And in total, if you take all 5, you'll receive 9.5 academic units, or 95 hours of education, and this will come with a transcript. But from this slide, you can see that we start with Intro to Python. We build on some data analysis skills, and we work our way up to data preparation and data structures. Okay, so our introduction to Python, it's going to aim to ease you into the world of programming, especially if you do not have a technical background. So the program is built through remote lectures. You'll do group discussions, there'll be hands-on activities, but it really is a beginner course. It's going to give you a foundational understanding of programming. It's going to open the doors further to professional development. And by the end of the course, you'll have enough technical knowledge and programming experience to move forward into intermediate Python or take one of our more advanced classes. Our intermediate program is going to dive into the essentials of data science application. And you're going to be more lectures, group discussions, hands-on activities. It's going to teach you the basics of kind of object-oriented programming in Python. And you're going to become familiar with concepts such as recursion, linear data structure, trees, graphs, maps, hash tables, all that kind of stuff. And you'll be able to develop algorithms by the end of this course. Our other 2 classes, or I guess I should say other 3 classes, are going to be Python for data analysis, data preparation, modeling, and visualization. I have on this slide what each learning objectives are for the courses, but you can see for Python for data analysis, it's a basic data analysis application for Python. This is another one of our intro courses. You're going to start with intro, and you'll start with Python for data analysis. So there's no programming experience required for this class either. And you're going to learn how to ingest data, produce plots and analysis, and kind of fit them into models. And you'll also be learning a couple of different libraries inside of this class. For the data preparation and modeling and visualization course, you're going to learn how to effectively import, prepare, model, and visualize data inside of Python. But you'll also learn how to implement various models like the linear regression, logistical regression, and use decision trees for both supervised and unsupervised modeling techniques. And our last class is going to be the data structures, data mining, and big data. And this class really has an emphasis on cloud computing, and it's going to teach you how to solve large data problems. And it also covers topics such as ETL with command line interface, Docker, functional programming, MapReduce framework, as well as Spark. And this is going to take you from like basically no Python experience to being pretty advanced in the Python data analysis space. So now that we've covered kind of what the classes look at, let's talk about the logistics. So these classes are fully online and they are offered in an asynchronous format, but you will have access to a live instructor. So I'll show you the schedule, but each class is 7 weeks long, and each week a new module will roll out, and those modules will have lectures, discussions, assignments, all built into that week of class. But you will not need to log on at any certain time for a lecture. It's all going to exist on that online platform, but there will be time-sensitive dates and due dates, I should say, within that week where you'll need to submit assignments, and then your assignment goes to a live real instructor who's available during that time frame to review your work. And then they also schedule optional coffee chats or like office hours that you can attend, and you can also like reach out to them and schedule some one-on-one time. And we find that this module or format, I should say, works really well for a lot of people because it's still instructor-led, but it leaves a lot of room for people to work at their own pace and work on the material at a time that's convenient for them. Generally speaking, students can expect to spend about 10 to 12 hours per week on class material and assignments. But if you're new to programming or Python, it is suggested that you budget some additional time. This program is designed, like I said, to take beginners up to a level of competency. So the time spent on material can vary pretty greatly, but 10 to 12 hours is a good ballpark. Now, students who earn a passing grade, these courses are graded on a letter scale. C or better will earn you a digital badge, and there's a digital badge for each class that you can take. And they're meant, if you're not familiar with what a digital badge is, it's something that you can share on social media or put in your email signature. And it's really just meant to publicly demonstrate a level of competency. And like I said, there is one for each course. So it'll show a badge with the course title, and it'll demonstrate that competency in a very visual way that you can share on social media. Our Python instructors, I'm going to email this out to you, but I really just wanted to share a little bit more about our Python instructors. You can see each of their bio, and it's something that I'll send to you to read. But our instructors work full-time in the field using Python every day. As you know, technology changes very quickly, and how it applies to the workforce can change just as quickly. So we have our instructors, they were hired by UC Davis, and these classes are vetted by the engineering program, but they work full-time in the field. That way, when you're submitting your materials and your assignments, it's being looked at by someone who's doing this full-time, present day, and they're able to give you that feedback that relates to the workforce that you're going to enter. So that's really nice. Next, I wanted to show you a video from one of our instructors, Todd. He teaches our data structures course. He's a data engineer with Python, and he is going to share a little bit about himself and what you can expect from his course. Oh, I'm so sorry. For whatever reason, this video is not playing. I don't want to spend too much of your time trying to get it to work. But when I send a follow-up email that's got a recording as well as the instructor bios, I'll include this video and you'll be able to watch it. It'll probably work better that way anyway, since sometimes streaming it is a little glitchy. So it'll be more comfortable to watch it via the email. But Todd's a great resource as well, and I'll make sure I get that video out to you guys. So I was mentioning there are some prerequisites for each of these courses. I won't spend too much time on this slide, but I do just want to show you how the program has been designed with a particular sequence in mind. And that's done intentionally so that we can build on your Python knowledge and your skills. But you'll see that the Intro to Python programming and the Python for data analysis are really for beginners. And then with that foundation, we move into intermediate, data prep, as well as data structures, and then you'll have the whole program finished. Let's go over pricing really quickly. So you can enroll in the courses individually, and you'll see that our 7-week courses run about $740 per course. Our 5-week course is $560. This brings us to a total of $3,520 for the cost of the courses. Students who take the courses individually will also pay a $125 candidacy fee, and that just allows us to know that you've completed all 5 courses and process the completion of your professional concentration. But we do have an opportunity to enroll in a fast track. So if you know that you want to take all 5 of these classes and you want to do it over like a 9-month period, you can enroll in our fast track, which you'll basically prepay for all 5 courses. And we will offer you about 15% off your total of the program. Let's show the schedule. I think I'll go back to these slides. But so our next fast track is going to start September 11th, and it's going to go through June 16th. So this is the timetable in which you would take the fast track. Again, the fast track is just an opportunity for you to prepay for all 5 of these classes. You would take them in this order, in this time frame, but you would receive a 15% discount. However, if you're like, I don't want to commit to this exact time frame, or I want to just take one class and see how it goes, you can enroll in these courses individually, and you would just pay for one class at the time that you took it. So you would pay $740 for Intro to Python, September 9th, whenever you enrolled, that's how much you would pay for the class. But if you're ready to commit, you can use the fast track option. Like I was saying, each class has its own like calendar time frame. So 7 weeks, September 11th through October 29th. That's when you would take our Python course, and that's when the instructors are available to like review the materials, and it makes the class asynchronous within that time frame. So let me just go back to the pricing options. Like I was saying, here's the individual costs, but the fast track itself runs about $31.50, so you're saving some money that way. In terms of financing, there's a couple of different ways that you can finance this program. There's no payment plans through UC Davis. You can't make payments to UC Davis after the program begins, but we have a couple of different payment options. If you wanted to take out a private student loan and make payments to the loan provider after the class begins, you can consider Sallie Mae, and you can consider College Avenue. Those are private loans, so they're based on credit, and the terms of repayment depend on your application. But there are also some job training funds. If anyone's looking to start a new career or maybe in between work, we have a couple of job training funds that you can apply for directly through these organizations, but they are WIA, WIOA, and SETA, as well as maybe you have some AmeriCorps education awards that you want to use. And then this program also accepts veterans benefits. So if you have a GI Bill or any type of funding through the Veterans Affairs Office, you can work with our financing team to get that on file. Again, here is the schedule that we talked a little bit about, and the pricing for the fast track is $31.45. That actually takes us to the end of our presentation, and I am happy to answer as many questions as I can. If I don't know the answer, I will make sure that I get back to you, and I will be sending out a copy of this presentation, as well as a link to that instructor video afterwards. But you guys are welcome to put some questions in the Q&A, and I will try and answer them as best I can. I'll just give it a minute so that everyone can type their question. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in, so I am going to end our presentation, but please, again, feel free to reach out to me if they do have any questions that come up. And it's been good to chat with you all. Thank you so much.